Right, I'm gonna explain how I cured my eczema as quickly as possible. I've had eczema since I was a child. I've gone through every steroid cream, spoken to every doctor, every specialist in the country, whatever. None of it worked. I constantly have flare-ups. What I did was never once mentioned to me by a doctor, by a skincare specialist. I literally found it online, and that is diet related. Diet was never ever mentioned to me when I was speaking to a doctor. What I did what's called an elimination diet. So I only ate for a whole week chicken wings, right? Ate chicken wings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for an entire week. My skin cleared up really well because I wasn't eating shit food that was just like damaging my gut, causing leaky gut, whatever. Ate chicken wings for a week, skin cleared up. Started adding foods back in one by one. So then I would add in, let's say, white rice. White rice actually happened to be a trigger food for me. So when I added white rice back in, my skin got worse and I was like, okay, well then I won't eat white rice. Same with white potatoes for me. White rice and white potatoes, those sorts of like carbs, for whatever reason, my body just doesn't like them. So by doing that, you basically figure out what your trigger foods are. So once you know what your trigger foods are, obviously you just don't eat them. Having said that, now, like after doing this for like a whole year, I now can have, like, if I went out for a meal and had like one meal of white rice and potatoes, I'd be fine. Reason for that is because I then added in loads of prebiotic-rich foods to my diet. So I added in lots of broccoli and cabbage that heals your gut, strengthens the gut lining, prevents leaky gut. So prevents bacteria from your food, from your gut, leaking out into your bloodstream, and then that bacteria reaching your skin and then causing an immune response, and that basically leads to eczema. So healing your gut is the second thing. So first is figuring out what your trigger foods are. Second is healing your gut. That obviously takes time. The third is external triggers. So I know from years of just trying to figure out what they are, my external triggers are, number one, radiators. Hot radiators in the winter dry my skin out, make me scratch. Scratching, obviously not good for eczema. The second one is sweat. If I go to the gym and I sweat loads and then I don't like shower pretty much immediately after, that makes me want to itch. Obviously itching again, big cause for eczema. So figuring out what your external triggers are, those happen to be it for me. Obviously I also do all the basics, like I don't use like washing detergents with loads of strong chemicals in it, whatever, irritating chemicals. Super careful with my shower gels, my shampoos, that type of stuff. Basically, the general gist of it is figure out what your triggers are, internal, external, and just heal your gut. If you do those things, you will not have constant eczema flare-ups. I still do have some steroid cream. I have it like at my house, just in case, like let's say I go on a night out, get drunk. Obviously that's not gonna be good. I'm probably gonna end up eating crap food. Alcohol is also not good for my skin. So I have some steroid cream, but I literally never have to use it because for the most part now, I eat clean, I know what foods to avoid, and I know what external triggers to avoid. So if you have eczema, I highly suggest doing those three things. As I said, I'm 27. I've been trying to like clear my skin since I was a child. Yeah, all the doctors ever suggested was just steroid cream, steroid cream, steroid cream. Obviously that's a band-aid solution. It's not addressing the cause. The cause is your diet or / whatever triggers you have. You need to find what those triggers are and get rid of them, or at least avoid them as much as possible. If it's like pets or whatever, that's obviously a tough trigger if you love pets. But yeah, that's how I was able to do it. Highly suggest giving it a try if you're struggling with eczema.